Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're watching this for the title, it might be Christmas for you. I'm making this on Christmas Eve, actually 2020, so if you're seeing this in the future or whatever, I guess everybody's seeing the future though. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, welcome to the video. We are talking today about the three wise men, some fun facts about the three wise men. So here we go. Fun fact number one is that for some reason these three people are called kings sometimes. Now, the Bible never calls them kings himself, but some people believe because of Psalm chapter 72:11, where it says, "May all kings fall down before him," that they could have been kings. But the main reason that they were considered kings is because of an extra biblical text called, I want to make sure I get this right, the Excerpta Latina Barbari, where these three, quote unquote, wise men receive names, and then with those names they receive titles from being kings from different kingdoms. But according to the Bible, these are not three kings. These are three Magi, believed to be from the Parthian Empire, and really they were astrologers from the Parthian Empire. So that's fun fact number one. Here's fun fact number two. Fun fact number two, I think, right? Yeah, fun fact number two is that we tend to think that there were three wise men, but the Bible never tells us that there were three wise men. We only make that assumption because Jesus received three gifts, the gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But that doesn't mean that there was just three wise men. In fact, because they were from the Parthian Empire, the Parthians were not exactly the bestest of friends with the Romans, the Roman Empire where Jesus was born. And so these wise men probably traveled with escorted guards that were escorting them to Jesus. And so they were not alone. They're probably with armed men just for safety, entering in a not necessarily friendly empire that was next door to them. Not necessarily exactly next door. But anyways, the point is, we don't know for sure if there were three. We just assume that there were three because of the three gifts. Okay, fun fact number three. So fun fact number three, just to round out these three fun facts of the three wise men, is that if we wanted to properly set up a nativity scene by the way that it actually happened, this would be it right here. You would have Mary, you would have Joseph, you have baby Jesus, and you'd have a few shepherds. But no wise men. You see, I put them down here. Here's where they're at. But if we want to do it accurately, that's what we would do. Because it says in Matthew chapter 2:11, we get these clues that they weren't there to see a brand new couple-day-old baby Jesus, but he may have been a few years old by the time that the Magi arrived. It says in Matthew chapter 2, we're going to start reading verse 10. This is the New Living Translation. When they saw the star, they were filled with joy. They entered the house and saw the child with his mother, Mary, and they bowed down and worshiped him. Our clue there is that they entered the house. Now, Jesus wasn't born in a house. He was born in a manger. And we can see a little bit further down, Matthew chapter 2, verse 16. Herod was furious when he realized that the wise men had outwitted him, because he had asked them to come back to him after going to worship the Messiah or baby Jesus after they had done that, so they could tell him about it, so he could later go back and kill Jesus. But they were told to not go back the same way, and so the Magi went a different way. So he says he was furious. He sent soldiers to kill all the boys in and around Bethlehem who were 2 years old and under, based on the wise men's report of the star's first appearance. So we get a clue there, get an idea that baby Jesus was not a couple-day-old baby when the wise men came. And so this is just like a little bit of a Christmas video for you so you can take a look at these facts. But the thing I want to point out, though, is that even if our nativity scenes today aren't accurate, it's just a little bit simpler to depict the whole Christmas story by adding the wise men to the shepherds and Mary and all that. We can take note that these wise men and the gifts that they presented, those gold, frankincense, and myrrh, they were not cheap gifts. So this gave us an idea that these people were wealthy that were coming to see Jesus, these three wise men. And if you do a little bit more history studying on the wise men, you'll see that they may have been from a religious sect in the Parthian Empire. So religious people, they were held in high regard there. So they had a good standing and they were wealthy from where they were from. So you have that on one end of the spectrum. And then you got the shepherds. Shepherds back then, they were not rich. It was not a job that everybody wanted. It was a tough job. You would spend many nights away from home. You would be sleeping in the fields with the sheep, keeping them safe, risking your own life so that they wouldn't be eaten by predators and things like this. And they were also told about the birth of the Messiah. So you have people rich and famous, or rich and held in high regard in society, and you got people who were on the opposite end. They were both guided to the Messiah. They were both guided to Jesus. That gives us that example, John 3:16. For God so loved not just Israel, not just wealthy people, not just poor people, but God so loved the world that he sent his one and only Son. That he loved the entire world, everybody in it. Doesn't matter who they are, where they were born, how rich or how poor they were, how famous or how unknown they were. That God sent his Son for them. So as we're watching this during this Christmas season, we can be reminded of that. As we look about these three facts of the Magi, we can be reminded about that Jesus came for the entire world. If you're looking for some more things to read this morning, if you're watching this on Christmas Day or in the future, reading just a recount, a reminder for yourself of the birth of Jesus, you can look at Matthew or Luke, both of those accounts. The first two chapters in those books talk about the birth of Jesus. I believe one of them you'll read about the shepherds being told and the angels, a chorus of angels coming to sing and praise God. And the other one you'll be told about the Magi. But yeah, guys, have a Merry Christmas. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.